Coach Tony Granato is here, and we'll take questions.
How long do you think it'll take for players to adjust to what they're calling, and as opposed to what they called at the end of last season? And guys just clearly aren't prepared all around college hockey, it seems, for this new crackdown.
You're referring to all the penalties called this weekend. We had 15 power plays one game and 14 the next. That's a lot. What it's told me is we better start working on special teams every day. So the refs are going to call it like that. They've warned us. They've told us. We've talked to the players about it. It's hard to make that big of an adjustment for what they're calling. So I think if they wanted to, they probably, the way they're calling it, they could call a penalty every shift. So hopefully it'll balance out and it'll get back to more 5-on-5 play. Obviously it's exciting because there's a lot of goals scored with all the specialty teams. So we'll make an adjustment. We'll keep talking about it. I think the one thing that we have to be really aware of, anytime you raise your stick and put it on someone's pants or their hands, it's their arm's going up. So that's one thing we can be better at, more disciplined at. But it made for exciting games because you saw how many 5-on-3s did we see in a 2-game series. It's not the best thing for coaches. It's probably not the best thing for the players either, because when you have that many specialty teams, a lot of the same players play both power play penalty kills, so you lose the flow for a lot of guys on your bench.
What was the biggest thing you learned about your team now that you finally had live action that wasn't an exhibition?
A lot of good things, a lot of really good things. I thought our battle level was great, our compete level, our preparation was great. I think the one thing when the game was on the line, I think we got a little bit uptight and we became a little bit more conservative, and I don't want that to happen. I want us to play with that same confidence, whether it be 0-0, whether the score be one way or the other. It doesn't matter. Play with the confidence and play to win the game, not protect the lead or not to sit back or not to be cautious. And I think that was a little bit of in both games when the games were tight towards the end. That's a little bit the way our team was. So I think the second day was better. We had that big 5-on-3 to kill. I think everybody panicked when we got those 2 penalties, thinking something was going to happen bad. And we got them to relax a little bit. They went out. We got few big saves on that series from Jerusik, and the penalty killers did a good job. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just the feeling good about yourself for 60 minutes a game and knowing that the next play could be a factor in the game. And I want to be on the ice. I want to make that play. I want to do the positive thing to happen instead of being afraid to have something wrong happen.
It's been a long time since those guys have won a game when they trail in the third period. Could you see a little bit of relief on them that there was the resilience that they've shown in the past actually did come through in a victory?
Yeah, and I, the same thing on Friday. I thought Friday's third period, we had a couple tough breaks around the net. We thought we had one in. It got disallowed. We had a couple posts. So the way of going after it when we were trailing there was a real good sign. I think you saw a lot of depth at our forwards up front. You saw a lot of guys creating those chances. You saw D getting up in the play, being part of the offense. So I think offensively we're in really good shape. We should feel good about ourselves on how we played offensively. Obviously, we can't give up that many goals. One of the issues was the shorthanded goals were big. Our power play was great, but you also got to make sure you're conscious of who's on the ice for the other team. And so there's some areas for sure that we have to focus on in the next few days. I think everybody knows anytime Boston College, whether they're ranked 6th or whatever, they're still one of the top teams in the country. And they'll probably just keep climbing because that's a heck of a team we're going to play this weekend. So we'll have to be sharp in all areas. Looking forward to the challenge. I think our guys will be ready for it.
Andy?
Tony, can you tell that Corbin McGuire is a guy who used to play offense and play forward and is now playing defense, or what do you see from? Clearly, he's productive, but what have you seen from him that makes you think that's the best fit for him to be on the blue line?
A passionate, energetic guy that you could tell him to play goalie, and he's going to go find a way to do a good job in that position. Like he is what you want on the ice. He wants the puck. There's the type of contagious play that I'd like everybody else to catch wind of. He wants to be on the ice to make the play, and he obviously scored big goals for us in both games. 2 huge goals, beautiful goals. If you say highlight reel film goals in the first weekend of the season for a defenseman, that's maybe not supposed to be a gifted offensive player, but he certainly stepped up when he was needed. He's grasped what we're asking of him defensively really fast. So, I think he's going to continue to get better. I think understands that he can be an important part of this, and the confidence that he should have after what he did this weekend should be as good as you get from any player.
Tony, with the amount of special teams play, do you have to find a few more penalty killers, or have you identified some? Because obviously your power play unit's going to be out there a lot too.
And what we're trying to do, we're trying to use everybody right now on the PK to find natural pairs, find guys who settle into that being their role on the team, and understanding that that's their job. We got a few. I think we'll continue to use just about everybody on the PK side of thing. We will practice it a lot. I've learned that you can't just do it once or twice in practice during the week. You probably got to do it every day. So we'll be working on it today and probably all week. But we do have guys. I liked it better when you could identify who your power play guys and who your penalty killing guys are. I don't think this team has a clear set on these are your PP guys, these are your PK guys. I think we got a lot of guys that can play both, and we're going to have to ask that of a lot of our players.
Tony, back to Corbin. Is he power play material? Is he a guy that could run your power play?
He certainly showed signs of it that first game, and if we do, we did score a lot of power. We scored 5 power play goals this weekend, and we probably, the game on Friday, we might have had more power play chances. In the game we only had 1, and then the next night we got 4. So our PP unit right now is solid with the personnel we have, but he is the guy that would probably be the next one up to be on one of those units if someone did get hurt. We haven't had him practice in it yet. We got 11 guys on the 2 units. Lebowski and Zimmer were kind of sharing minutes on that other unit, and both of them are very capable of being really good power play guys as well. So, but Corbin will see power play time this year for sure. Yes.
If you solely look at Matt Jarusic's numbers, they don't look very good. He was really good when you needed him to be, though, right?
That's a great way to say it. And the game was on the line on the 5-on-3, and he stood tall. So there were some bounces. One went off a skate. One went off of one of our defensemen's arm, bounced in that night. And, he had a tough start to the game the night before. I thought he really wanted to save the puck instead of just relaxing and letting him hit him. He was over-aggressive at trying to get to the puck quicker than probably, and it's probably nerves. Didn't play the first game, jumps in the net, wants to, be a big part of it, and so he'll settle down. He's an elite goaltender, and like you said, when we needed him, when the game was on the line late in the game there, that 5-on-3, he was outstanding. Can I do a Paul and say thank you? Does that work? It didn't work for Paul.
All right.
Thank you.
We're good.
All right.